Y'all, and today we are going to cover the brand new insect Parachenes. Let's get right into it. I guess, like I said, I'm gonna go into the new insect Parachenes, and if you've seen some of my past videos, I've talked about what I think the new insect will be, and we're gonna get into that as well as what I think would be the best builds with it, and also talk about, of course, the insect itself. As usual, this is all speculation until I can try it myself. Don't really know. But all right, before that, we've got to get into the usual shenanigans. So this video is sponsored by Aptoid. We're using my code EGNE3. It's a new code, so make sure you got the right code. You can get anywhere from 5 to 65% off all in-game purchases. Now that is an increase over time of using the program. So you start at 5%, but then they also have like monthly giveaways where they do an additional 5%, 10%, but as you increase on what you spend, which happens very quickly, you can get up to 65% off all in-game purchases. So make sure you use EGNE3. A full description will be down in the description down below as to how to do so, as well as a video of how to take advantage of this special offer. As well, in the description down below will be a link to our YouTube Discord, where we have a ton of very knowledgeable people that are willing to help with any question you may have, myself including. And you'll be able to also have access to the giveaways that we do occasionally, which leads me into my next thing. 70% of you are still not subscribed to this channel that watch my content. Please, it doesn't cost you anything. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, send a comment. It doesn't matter what it is, but it all helps with the YouTube algorithm, as well as being able to fund towards the giveaways that I do, which are usually $500 giveaways that I give back to the people that are in my Discord and subscribed on YouTube. Again, doesn't cost you anything. You could win up to $500. All right, so let's get right into this. So with this new insect, it's obviously for a carrier. So we're going to run through just the base things. So you have carrier and attack, carrier and defense, march speed plus 70%, combat speed plus 120%. When leading carrier ants. Oh, that is not the right insect. My bad. Okay, so it has the carrier synergy. When the troop contains a carrier squad, dodge rate is increased by 5%. So if you watched any of my past videos, I was talking about like the new season ants and the ability to essentially get up to 80% dodge. So right there is another 5% dodge. So up to 85% dodge right there. So all soldier and attack 65, all soldier and defense 65, march speed 70, combat speed 140, soldier and health, special and skill attack, defense, invasion tech, all soldier and damage, yada yada. Now the special, when leading any soldier ants, the chance of triggering the rupture effect is 60%. So if you look at what that is, during each battle round, the skill has to a chance to inflict a bleeding status to all enemy squads, dealing 150% damage for 1 round. This bleeding damage increases by 25% for every 10% of the target's health loss. So that's actually pretty substantial. So I mean, if for every 10% you're increasing by 25%, so you can literally, on the first round, you're already more than likely going to hurt them by around 10% because, you know, it's only 8 rounds of combat. So more than likely you're already applying that 25% by that first round. And then the next round will be another 25%. So that is a very strong skill for a carrier especially, which we'll go into some of the lineups. Now, they always have these suggested lineups. I don't agree with them at all. Let me look at that. Oh, they don't have it this time. Usually they do have like the suggested lineups. They don't this time. Well, that's a good thing. So carriers are honestly going to be the new meta, I think. If you've seen any of my past videos, I've hinted at it. I've said that, you know, dodge is the most underrated skill in the game, and it is. I did a whole video about what dodge is and everything about that as well. But I mean, so the best lineup, in my opinion, for this insect is going to be the SE, mostly for the, let me see what skill it is. Yeah, so you got the dodge rate plus 20%, and then you also have the skipping preparation and triggering the 5th skill of 2 random carrier ant squads. So we'll look back at that here in a minute. So the SE, and then they have the new carpenter ant, which is the dodge rate again, max level, dodge rate plus 10%, normal attack resistance plus 20%, which is a direct counter to like the Dolly Weaver combo that they have going on that a lot of people are running. And then you have the increased damage for dodge for every dodge that you do. Right, so you got the 20% dodge that you get from the SE, then you have the increased damage here, plus you have the another 20% there, so that's 40%. You got the extra 5 from the insect itself, plus then you have any of your actual research stats or anything else like that. And then when you go and throw LB in with it, which is added an increased dodge rate of 10%. So you're already at 55% base dodge before any of your even stats or anything. And then yeah, so then you have a special effect plus the 80%. And then you have the 80% chance to do 750 to 2 random enemy squads. So you're basically going to be playing on that whole dodge effect. So I mean, you're already starting out with 65% base, added in with evos and the other areas where you can get dodge. You can get up to 90% dodge, which is absolutely ridiculous. We've never seen anything like that. I mean, you had like the Banshee Panda, the SE when it first came in. That's about it. I think I'm missing one. There's like one other ant that gives dodge, but dodge, it's an amazing skill. I mean, and we talked about the history of dodge in one of my last videos, but when they first introduced the skill of dodge, period, it was so overpowerful. It was a shooter ant, the Banshee Panda, but it was effective for all troop types because of how overpowered that skill is. And they fine-tuned it, and they actually changed the wording of that skill since now. But this is what I'm seeing, is that I think that the carriers are going to be the new meta because they're going back to that dodge. And I think it's going to be extremely overpowering when people end up getting these ants. All right, well, sorry, I'm doing this video after I got off work, so I was kind of all over the place, but I hope it helped. I wanted to get it out while this event was still going on. Make sure you use my code Agni3 over at Aptoid, and I hope this helped you out. Agni's out.